What's up? What's up? Boom. What's good, everybody? TUM Talk Tuesdays. We're just getting it ready right now. Rated TCG. Ben, hello. DJ, what's good? DK, hello. Union Alex is on. Let's get this thing going. I appreciate you guys hopping on. Cards and content. Cootie in the house. You already know, just writing some notes over here. Always working. Always got to do something. How's everybody's day going? Let's go. Let's get some responses in the chat right here. All right, Alex is hopping on here. Let's go. Is on. Where's my guy? There he is. What's up, dude?
What's up? How we doing?
Good? It's good.
How we doing, dude?
Beautiful day today. Come on now. I
You
can't.
ever get that nostalgia of being a breaker whenever you hop on the lives? You go into like breaker mode?
Yeah, the voice changed a little bit. This
Yeah, the
isn't my
voice.
normal talking voice. It's weird. It just happens naturally. I'm like, oh shoot.
It's a good thing I didn't know you when you were a breaker, bro. I probably would have gotten beat up pretty good.
Dude, that's honestly probably part of the reason why we stopped was because of like some of these boxes that we're ripping and we're charging for. I'm like, man, I don't feel good. I don't feel great about this. Like, and then we end up losing money because we start giving out, free boxes all the time.
What was
So,
what was the biggest card you ever hit while you were breaking?
we hit a select premier level to 5 Zion Williamson. I'll send you the video. I have that thing saved. So
Crazy.
that
What was that comping for at the time?
oh, dude, at the time, I think they were going for $8,000 or $9,000 raw.
Freaking Zion, dude. Zion. I think people are starting to give up on him. I'm still not giving up on him. I think such a physical talent that we've really never seen. It's just, was he like, is that frame built for basketball? You know what I mean?
Made for a running back or an inside
Tight
linebacker.
end, bro.
Yeah,
Can you imagine him at tight end?
yeah, yeah, unstoppable. What is he? 6'6", 6'7".
He's like, I think
Jump.
he's like 6'8" with a 40-something-inch vertical.
Yeah,
Like,
you
you
just
just
throw it
toss
up.
it up. Toss it up, bro. Hey,
Yeah, he'd say, I could quarterback for
this
that,
would be, he just do that every time.
right?
Mocking him.
Before they even freaking hike the ball. It'd be crazy.
What's
No,
going
man.
on? We got TUM Talk Tuesday.
We
I'm really
do.
trying to enjoy these. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. It's funny because I think you and I, we never really thought of, creating a TUM Talk Tuesday, but you and I didn't really think of creating a lot of things that we've created. So,
And you know what?
what
One thing I'm extremely proud of, Alex, and I think I was kind of mentioning it yesterday, and you mentioned it yesterday too. We just didn't really say it to each other, but what I'm really proud of, man, is that you and I, and EJ too, like us three, branded the Union Marketplace, and we had no name.
Yeah,
And people trusted the process that we were starting to build, and to see us 2 years later, still alive, still kicking, still going bigger, uh, it's pretty damn impressive, man. So,
for sure. There's
super,
so much. There's a lot to be said, and I think you and I, especially me, you think you've had a past of creating businesses from a very young age. So you still with the ebbs and flows of it. But one thing I'm really grateful that you're always reminding me, hey, dude, we created this shit. Like, look around. I think you've stopped me in the middle of a show a couple times. You're just like,
yeah,
look around, dude.
right,
Like, check out what we made, and
dude,
it is
right?
pretty cool, dude. It is really cool, especially since it all derived from me just walking into a shop one day, submitting 3 Brady cards, and being like, dude, am I really gonna trust this dude with potentially 30,000? I don't even know what they were going for. I think they were going for five, maybe eight to 9,000. Regardless, a lot of money to just hand over to someone and be like, all right, hey, nice to meet you later.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing about this entire process is like it wasn't easy. We want everyone to understand the
No,
vulnerabilities that it comes with as well too. When you start a business, not just hosting shows and card shows, but overall just business itself. I mean, talk about business, and let's talk about the Lakers handling business yesterday, though, baby.
bro.
Woo!
You know what? I'm becoming a fan of the older guys now. When everybody starts to be younger than you on the floor, and like there's a couple guys that are around your age, I'm just fans of those dudes. So to see LeBron do the things that he's done is crazy. And I think it's going to be a huge testament to the game, and also I think a huge testament to the upkeep of your
Yeah,
body and how well, if you take care of it, how long it can really last. I think we're going to see that more and more players getting, having a longer lifespan.
for sure.
But
With
he
the
has
rest,
the bankroll. He has the bankroll to take care of that body of his.
well, I
My
mean,
son, my son's always like, "Dad, why don't you go to the NBA? LeBron's older than you." I'm like, "Son, bro, you don't. I don't think you
I
understand.
don't think I know
I don't
exactly.
think you understand."
God gifted talent, man. Size, you can't teach that either, right? 6'9"
No.
and be able to move like that. What's insane is that the older guys on the floor were the ones really doing everything. Right? And like you were saying, you take care of your body, you can last a long time. With the resting, of course, anyone will talk bad about it, be like, "Oh, why did they rest?" But now we're seeing the benefits of it.
Yeah.
Maybe not all around, but a lot of these guys are on. If he played all 82 games, you think he'd be as efficient right now as he would be? It's
No way. I think it's way too much on the joints and ground and pound. But I think a lot of these guys, I will say, you just see their games evolve. You know, I've seen LeBron's game evolve quite a bit. He's shooting way more than he ever shot like
yeah,
in the past. You just go dunk on people. You
yeah,
know, which Vince Carter is another example. His lifespan was ridiculous, and in the beginning of his career, you just see him taking it to the rack, and
yeah.
then all of a sudden he's a 3-point shooter. So I think even the good players learn to evolve over time, and I think they have a different perspective on the game. They slow it down and bring the game to them. And Curry's a prime example of that.
Yeah. He changed the game. I think the way that he changed the game gave everyone an opportunity. It wasn't just the big guys anymore for NBA. So
Yeah,
the 3 points, like, bro, it make it look like a layup now,
yeah,
which is interesting. Oh, DNC's
yeah.
asking about Bronny going to USC. That's going to be a fun one.
I mean, marketability wise, I think it's a great move for him. Obviously, SC is one of the most prestigious schools out there. So many great players have gone there. I think it's for him. I think he's looking to be one and done and get into the NBA. But we'll see how he does. There's a lot of pressure to have being LeBron James' son. You know what I mean?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But
Well, dude,
I,
the thing, like when like look, he could easily become a top pick mainly because Braun, I think, can get traded or whatever next year, right? Is he a free agent next year?
I'm not sure what his contract is like.
Well, anyways, by the time he's ready to go to the NBA, it could be a two-person package. You ever think of
Oh
that?
yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
oh,
I think that's how he's wanting it to be.
yeah,
We never. I don't think we've seen a father son in the NBA. I'm pretty sure it has not happened.
no, baseball for sure.
Baseball, the
The
Griffies, but
Grizzlies.
I don't think we've seen it in the NBA. So another thing too is the kid is worth $7-8 million already just in his NIL, and that's another thing we've never seen. Never seen these athletes before they become professional worth so much money. I mean, just imagine the hysteria that's going to be going on when the Bronny's card drops.
Oh,
His
oh,
rookie card is going to be
gonna be insane.
ridiculous.
It'd be dope if his rookie card looks like Bronny's, like a fadeaway. Fadeaway with a leg up, like his Topps Chrome one would be kind of cool.
Oh, that would be
That would
cool.
be.
Dude, Topps need to hire you, bro.
I'm
Fucking wow.
just saying, Topps, hit me up. Let's go, Fanatics. I know. And then the Heat. I mean, the NBA playoffs, man, is so
Yeah,
fun. Heat
yeah.
being the eighth seed, and they're winning it right now. Kentucky
Yeah.
Derby. So much stuff in sports right now that's
Oh,
fun.
no.
I'll be honest, though, with the ponies, I don't follow it very often.
Yeah.
But I know that it's a big deal because all I can hear about is this 15-1 odds that's a win entire thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
I know you have some experience with the ponies. Right?
I mean, I don't really have experience. I'm a very novice pony guy, but just the fact that event's been going on for 149 years. The first Saturday, the first Saturday of May for 149 years, I believe.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
149 years.
149 years.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's insane.
That's a long time. I hope we
Long
can
time.
9 years.
Yeah. Yeah, right? We're just trying to get past 2.5
We're
here.
trying to get to 3 years. Year 3. We're crawling our way to year 3. But
Kentucky Derby, here we come.
I know. Let's go. Yeah, there's so much. Oh, did you see freaking Padres lost their series too?
Yeah.
Did you see this? Did you see that sign though? I don't think we could really say it. I mean, it was on ESPN and everything about how
What?
corn,
About what?
how Mookie Betts eats corn.
Oh I
I'll send.
haven't seen that. I
Well,
haven't seen that.
I,
I saw Kershaw crying on
don't worry about
the
it, everyone.
jumbotron.
Anyone that's watching, don't worry about that conversation. I will discuss
Because
that later on.
I
I'll
can
send
only
that.
imagine. I can only imagine. You know, I really think this is a Padres year, dude. I really do. I don't say that often because I know the culture of the Padres, but they just are so well rounded of a team. I think pitching's the only thing that we might struggle with. But even when we were going through that slump, I was like, all these guys have bats. Literally everybody in the lineup
Yeah,
has a bat. So it's
yeah,
just a matter of time before they find it. And they're just a fun team. You
yeah.
know, the energy is good. They got that little dance after every game.
Uh,
Love it.
yeah.
I'm digging that. So yeah, I have to get out
Yeah,
to
I've
a game.
got to get for sure this time around. We will. We'll catch a few games. This we got plenty to go. All right, Alex. So
So what's going on,
Tuesday,
dude? Let's transition into
yeah,
the union
come talk.
marketplace. I could go on and on about all kinds of different sports all day, but I mean, how's everything going for you right now? I know you and I obviously talk very regularly on a day-to-day basis, but how are you feeling about the role that you've taken on? You've taken on sponsorships as well as, the back end and the logistics of everything. How are you feeling about that transition that you've made into sponsorships?
Man, it's definitely hard. And just to let you guys know, so anyone that's watching this video, this is how tough these are gonna go. We're gonna start it off with some fun banter between Alex and I, and then right after, we want to make it more personal, give you guys behind the scenes look, the fun, the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a show promoter, and also let you guys into our own personal lives outside of cards and outside of that as well too. So that way you can kind of know the team, and slowly but surely we'll continue to bring people on here. We'll press them into getting to know who they are. Eventually EJ is going to have to hop on here and we're going to have to interview him and grill him for a little bit, but that's what Tum Talk Tuesday is about. We want you guys to know who we are. And but yeah, to answer your question, this role is definitely difficult. So it's something that I am not familiar with. I've been in sales my whole life. Ever since I can remember, I was always selling something. From candy when I was in elementary, to those small little remote control cars that you could sell that's attached to the remote. They could sell while you're in high school. I used to buy those for like $5 a piece and some for 20. I had teachers buying it from me, right? So sales is something that I'm always familiar with. It's just, but this is a different type of sales, and reaching out to these big corporate. What's up, Bridge? Big corporate companies, people that are looking for certain things, is finding out how we can deliver the best ROI for them. I know that we can, but when it comes down to sponsoring our shows, I really would just want everyone to know, or anyone that is considering to sponsor our show, that you're going to get the best out of the union marketplace, not just Alex and I, but the entire team. When a sponsorship opportunity comes along for us, it's more of a thank you. Like, hey, thank you for rocking with us. Like, we're gonna make sure that your name is known by every single person. I just got off of a sponsorship call before this live,
Yeah.
and I was on the phone with them for 45 minutes, just letting them know that if you decide to go this route, we're gonna make sure that your name is known by everyone that we're connected with. That's what sponsoring is about for us. So
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because I do know a little bit about, your past in sales, and you and I kind of had a similar journeys. It's kind of funny that
even worked
we,
at the
yeah,
at a,
exactly.
yeah,
Worked at the same place, sold cars, but the thing about this is so unique is that you're selling something that's yours,
yeah,
that you created. You're selling your baby, but B, there's not always a physical thing that you're selling. So you
no
really gotta
experience
understand the value of what it is that you have,
for
and then
sure.
know it from A to Z, right? And then go sell it. So for you, has that been a learning curve?
Big time, because it's the hardest part about it is to fully understand the operations of what we're doing. Like, it's easy to sell a Toyota, for example, because it's already branded. People go in there knowing what to expect. Versus for us, I mean, we're just the little guys. We're not national. We don't have a big name behind us to help us promote. So it's like, who are we to ask for anything? And that's the part that I have to really get in tune with. Like, what is our value for people? you know, and it's you have to be very self-aware and take out all the ego behind it, so that way it can actually deliver what we're really trying to do for everyone, you know. So that's really the root of the sales right now for me, is to let everyone know that, yeah, this is we're trying to not elevate ourselves, but we're trying to elevate everyone else. And we're on top of that, for you sponsoring us, we're going to put you ahead of our own, with our own being, because
Yeah.
trust us, you know. So
Yeah, dude, it's crazy because I think back to the first Pachanga show, or even let's go further back than that. Let's go to our first Las Vegas show,
oh
right,
man,
at Planet Hollywood, and we had the sponsors. Shout out to Coffee Breakers for
yeah,
sponsoring that show.
yeah.
But I will say that that is still by far the easiest and most just
Like,
unorthodox
how did it happen?
sponsorship. Walk, walking into that, like it's so crazy to me. There's not been nothing like it, and thank God for those guys. I think it's a little bit
Bro,
of divine intervention, right? But
yeah,
it's
shout out to
shout
Mo
out to
and
Coffee Breakers.
Fish, man. Like, my goodness. I mean, let's
Yeah,
give
well,
them the story,
yeah,
right?
tell the
Give them
story. Tell the
the
story. I was
story.
gonna
So,
say, tell the story. Tell
all
the
right.
story.
So
I
here,
walk.
this
Okay,
this
go,
is
go, go.
this goes back. I mean, like that whole relationship happened because we used to break, and Mo would join our breaks, and he started this new business venture, which was Coffee Breakers. And he goes, "Hey, me and this guy named Dan Fleischman are opening up a card shop." And so you and I drive down there to Melrose, right? Or not Melrose, to
Like
downtown.
downtown LA.
Yeah, and go in, and dude, we get to talk to Dan Fleischman for like 2.5 hours. Like, pick his brain. He's asking about our lock it in. And then from that point on, we're like, man, sponsorship is easy. Sponsorship is easy. But we didn't realize that we were the only ones with the, you know, with the right mindset of actually hosting a show. That's why it was easy, because there's really very little competition. So, but now it's different, right? Like, there's shows everywhere.
This landscape is so different from
It's
that
so different.
moment to where we're at now. It's like insane.
Insane. Yeah, it went from us and Premiere was hosting a show, you know, I think at the Boys and Girls Club, and that was pretty much it. And outside of that, weren't a lot of shows. So for all of 2021, and I think that's what's it called, for us to go out and put our necks on the line like that. That's the reason why they saw value at that sense. And it was awesome. It was a learning experience. We catered
It
to them,
was
did everything we could to make sure that they were featured. But that's what you get out of the Union Marketplace when you sponsor it. You know, you get the entire team supporting you and getting your back. So that was fun.
so cool, and we were able to pull it off. I remember, not even really. I mean, we knew each other, but we weren't. I didn't really know you. We went to Vegas and we checked it out and kind of sat down and we're like, "Hey, what's up, dude?"
Yeah.
Like,
What's your middle? You have a middle name? What's your favorite color? Dude, no, it's cool.
all right.
Uh,
That's basically what it was, but we pulled it off, and I think we just learned so much. And for me, I think I've asked you this several times, but I always kind of wondered, this business and this business module, how is it different than other businesses that you've started? And would you say it's more challenging? You got the barber shops, you have the Barbers Academy, you have HairNet, and God knows what else you have in the works right now because you're you're always doing something.
try-
But
Trying to slow it down for sure.
but is
So
this like a special beast? Is
this
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 different?
is
What
um,
is different about it?
you know what's different about it is that it's not a necessity. You know, and for barbering, it was a necessity. Like, everyone has to get their hair cut. You know, when I opened up the barber school, it's a necessity. You can't become a barber unless you go to barber school. So it only made sense because I was already a barber. I already had
Yeah,
3 or 4 shops at the time, and it only made sense for me to have my own school. So I opened up a school, and it was a necessity.
yeah,
Hairnet, you know, a new project that we're starting here, and education, learning more about the beauty world. It's a necessity. You want to continue to educate yourself, learn more skills, like add to your toolbox. These are all necessities, you know, and to go into entertainment, which is not necessarily a necessity. It's been hard, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a huge. I can't I can't, what's it called? I can't use something that you have to have as my tool of sales. It's, you know, like, that's
mm,
the hardest part
it's
that
a
I
great point. Yeah,
like, man. you don't need to go to a card show, but why should you go to a card show? You know, and why are we bringing entertainment?
Mm.
And I had to change my entire mindset of like, no, you need to go to our show because this is entertaining and it's fun and you find a community
Right.
from it. So
Right.
once I realized that the community was there and they were strong and I loved being part of the community, um, that's when it became easier to start hosting these shows, deliver what we're trying to do, speak to people in the language of the community, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
I think was the hardest part, was just selling something that wasn't a necessity. I didn't have that to back me up. I had to really understand what was happening and support everyone that's rocking with me. So
Yeah, and I mean it's a whole new. I mean, talk about being a polar opposite industry. It's a completely new industry that you had to learn from start to finish. But do you think you would say that it's helped you with your other endeavors that you've had?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Just because with this again, not having the not having the comfortability, like the just being knowing that everyone needs a haircut. You
Okay.
know? I had that sense of comfort, that complacency almost of not having to promote the way that we do for our show, and it's insane. So the things like just to kind of put that in perspective, like the school, because of Union Marketplace, right? Like we went from like our 2019, we had 19 students enroll, right? 2020, we had 26 students enroll. And I'm like, this is perfect. 26 students, cool, this is good. 2021, we opened up Union Marketplace, right? I start applying some of the things that I'm learning throughout the process, and then we I use that towards Ivy League Barber Academy. We ended up enrolling 46 students. That was awesome. 2022 hits. Now we're fully into Union Marketplace. We have a process that we're actually following. I immediately apply the same stuff to the school. And this is just business 101, fundamental stuff, that again, I had the comfort of knowing that I had a necessity. My business was a necessity. So when we lost that and I started applying the pressure of marketing, the organization, understanding the cost, the price, the value of everything, 2022, we enrolled almost 98 students in a matter
It's
of,
crazy.
it's crazy. So 98 students, and now we're busting out of the seams, having to open up 2 more locations this year. So yeah, I'd say Union Marketplace definitely helped me out, and also forced me to get out of my own way. Um, just to let everyone know, like before that, for Union Marketplace, I was the janitor, I was the educator, I was everything marketer, I was everything for that business. Having to now spend all of my time, majority of my time with Union Marketplace now, because this is our new baby that we got to take care of, needs a lot more nurturing, right? I had to take a step back from Ivy League Barber Academy and function it as a full-on CEO now, and I was getting in my own way. So I have to thank Union Marketplace for the growth of Ivy League, because it forced me to scale the business, is what I'm saying. And it forced me to see all the holes that weren't being patched up properly because I was in the bucket. Versus now I'm outside of the bucket looking at all these holes, plugging them in, and then just having the machine kind of work itself. So
Yeah, people don't understand how much of a beast that you are, how fully mentally vested you get into anything that you do, really. I mean, from jujitsu to your other businesses, you're just an animal in that regard. And you know, it's really cool to see because I've seen the progression of these other businesses, and I have no doubt that the Union Marketplace will be no different. And then whatever we do after this will be no different after this. But
yeah,
what advice would you give yourself if you could go back before the Union Marketplace? Let's just go back to your first barbershop. What advice would you give yourself? What would you do differently?
damn, that's a good one. Advice that I know now, uh, just learning from operating Union Marketplace. What I would do, I probably would have been. I was a jumper before, so meaning I'm gonna jump and I'm just gonna figure it out. Let's see if the parachute, deploys. And I'm sure that we have a few people right now like watching, like, yeah, definitely. And Wiley is what's it called? He's a jumper, he's a leaper, and he hopes that the parachute will deploy. Right now, I would probably make sure that there is a parachute in my bag. Meaning I would take the time and actually analyze the business first before launching it, and understanding the what I have to do to get to the next step, the next life cycle of the business. So if that is getting the landscape a little bit more familiar with who we're promoting to, what's the demographic that we need, all these other things that that it takes for the business to be successful its first year, I would take more time instead of just leaping and hoping that my parachute deploys. So it's more of the preparation. I think I prepare more. Wiley, listen to me. 2014, when you decided to go on this entrepreneurial journey, uh, make sure that you have a parachute, is what I would say. All right,
That's
EJ's asking
awesome.
a question here. Street team update.
Street team update. So
Where we
we
going?
obviously we have our show this weekend at Wild Barrel. So I always try to navigate where I'm going based on what we got going on. Obviously, it makes sense. We're going to be in San Marcos, so I really want to hit the coast to go out to Vista, get the marketing materials out there, but even more so connect with people. It's still every time I go out, it's still amazing to me how many people I see that are interested in cards, are interested in collecting, or they've seen the Golden Show now that has come out, and they have that connection. So just making sure to connect people, let people know what we're doing, and then also providing any value that I can for them as well. So just going to be out in the community in Vista, along the coast, Carlsbad, San Marcos, and preparing for that show this weekend, which is Wild Barrel's probably my favorite. I'm not gonna lie, probably my favorite show.
Yeah, definitely a fun one. Sure. And what's it called? How many? I mean, do you have an estimate of how many posters we have out there right now?
Yeah, so we have 123, I want to say.
123 posters out. That's
123 posters. So 123 different businesses that I have an opportunity to shake hands with, connect with, let them know what we're doing, invite them, have them over to our house, right, at our show. And it's been really cool. And obviously, there's going to be a lot that stems from just that 123 posters. You talk to them and their family, talk to them, and people, obviously, the traffic of wherever we're going. Um, it's been really cool. And, obviously, we're locking in that system even more. Obviously, we can scale it, but it's been cool. It's been very humbling. I'd say that, but I know that it's working, so it's also very motivating at the same time. So
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Like I said, this event and any of our events will only go as far as you take it. Like Alex, you played the biggest role when it comes down to actually getting out there and telling the community about what we're trying to do. We said it
yeah,
back a few shows ago when we
yeah,
want to own our own backyard,
yeah,
and we never lived up to it. I think this is the first time for this upcoming Pachanga one is that we're actually owning our own backyard, and the only way to do that is to step out.
yeah.
Step outside and actually do it. So we're doing that
Yeah,
right
no, there ain't no shortcuts with
now. Ain't no
with the
shortcuts
with
to
the
it.
ground
Yeah,
level stuff and getting out there. And I think in the beginning, like I said, you and I talk about it all the time. You gotta get over yourself, and you gotta understand, really going into the mentality, understanding what it is you're trying to accomplish.
yeah,
Okay, am I just coming here and handing out marketing materials and later, or am I actually going to connect and understand? Okay, how is this beneficial for this company to even have us here, be affiliated with? You
dynasty
know,
mode right there. Community outreach is key.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
which is key. I agree, and it never
We got two
stops.
each
So I
each
can't even,
two.
I can't even, I can't even do normal things anymore, bro. Like I'm trying to sit there and have dinner with my son or something. I'm like, I see like a marketing board. I'm like, give me a sec. I gotta run to my car. What I mean? Go
Bro,
fit
yeah.
up some stuff real quick. So it's cool, and again, it's humbling and it's a character builder. So I encourage anybody to do it. Because you can do it with any business,
Yeah,
really.
I did
You know.
it. I mean, and that's what it's like what we always talk about is like I had to do that for barbershops when we first opened up.
Yeah.
It was a slow day. I'm like, I'm not just gonna sit behind my chair and wait for someone to come in. I want to see if I can get some people in here. So I always had a stack with me, getting my steps in. And to put up these flyers everywhere. It's the only way to really let people know what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So it becomes fun
You're
though. It
a little
becomes
social butterfly, so I can see you. I can see you doing that. I can see you being a natural at that.
really. not. I
You
actually
are, dude. Don't
don't,
don't start. Don't start, bro.
don't like it. I don't like
You're
the
an
attention.
introvert. You're
That's
an
why you're the
introvert or
face.
what?
That's why you're the
No,
face of.
dude. I'm the introvert of the two.
Dude, you're the face, man. You're the face. You win that one.
Anyways,
uh,
we're already 10 minutes over, but I really appreciate these talks. I really do. And I think it's important to let people know what we're doing, and also just give them behind the scenes, of who we really are on a day-to-day basis. I think that's important too.
yep.
So I appreciate the talk, and obviously I appreciate EJ for helping us and getting this thing together. So
There you go. Quick little update for
yeah,
Pachanga. We are just about 70% full now, man. It's crazy. Just
yeah,
to kind of give you guys a landscape of when we host these shows. Typically for Alex, at this life cycle of the show, when we're 60 days out, I think this is the best performance we've had so far. To
yeah.
be almost 70% filled with all the tables, and we still have 60 days is great. Which means, man, maybe we should add more tables if we have to, find a way to do it, because I know we're going to have a list on this. So that's nice because typically we're at about 40 to 45%. So anyone that's hosting out a show out there and you're trying to get your name out, 60 days out, if you're anywhere near 50% filled, that's a win. There's this thing that we've been hearing a lot about, which is called the hockey stick, right, Alex? That we're waiting for, but that hockey stick will hit as long as you stay consistent in marketing and promoting it. But yeah, just to let you guys know, if you guys are hosting a show, whether if it has 20 tables or 100 tables or 200 tables or 500 tables, whatever it may be, if you're 50% filled by 60 days out, you're doing a good job. For us to be at 70%, I'm extremely grateful. So let's keep getting it. Let's sell out, dude. Let's just.
Oh, it's happening. There 100% will be a wait list for the show. Like you said,
We,
we've never been this full 60 days out. I mean, we've started a show, just the concept of a show 60 days out.
45.
45. Oh my
5 or
God,
50.
dude.
Like, oh, this whole what idiots, huh?
With
Right.
confidence
Check.
too, right? We're gonna.
Make sure you have a parachute. Make sure you have
Yeah,
a
exactly.
That's what I mean. Well, yeah. All right, bro. Well,
Whatever,
we'll
man.
link up. I'm sure I'm going to call you in the next 10, 15
No,
minutes to see
no,
how the days
don't,
going. Yeah,
don't do it.
FaceTime. We're FaceTime. We're FaceTiming. By the way, just, hey, be easy on FD on Friday. All right?
What are you talking? I'm gonna let you do all the
Be, be,
talking. I'm not
be
talking.
easy on
No,
FD
no,
on
no.
Friday, okay?
Because FT is going to come out swinging with talking about Jordan Poole, and I agree. I agree. Since we're on the topic, I agree. Jordan Poole has not showed up, and maybe he's not cut out to be that guy.
Ooh.
But he's young. I think he's 22 years old. But he needs to slow his game down. I think that's the biggest thing for him.
We
And he has there's a lot of pressure to be playing with two of the greatest shooters of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be a fly on the wall when you and FD
Well,
go
bro,
out.
I'm going to transition into LeBron. Every time he talks about Jordan Poole, I'm just going to, well, LeBron, what's up?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. When do they play? And I don't know. Thursday.
Huh?
I think we got
Tomorrow.
something Thursday.
Wait, no, tomorrow?
Okay.
They don't play tomorrow? They play
Oh my
tomorrow?
God. I don't even know what's gonna happen. I'm excited for your guys' conversation though. I'll just
I'm not
be.
talking. I told you.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you guys.
Later.
If you guys have the chance, make sure you check out FD's.
Call
FD's
Wiley if you need
will be
anything.
live
See you guys.
Friday.
Later.